and welcome to the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, J Pop.
Welcome back to the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, J Pops. Guys, this is commitment day for me. So, for the next generation of my lifetime, I will be committing to Texas A&M Aggies. Hashtag gig. All right. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get on into it. Guys, I know I've been gone for a little bit. You guys have to forgive me. For the month of September, it's been really busy. You know, I'm not going to get off topic here, but I was pretty busy with my anniversary weekend. You know, it marks 1 year with my wife. That was on yesterday. So we had a very fun anniversary weekend. So please, guys, forgive me on that one. I didn't post anything yesterday, but all of this week, you can expect something all the way up until Thursday. Friday, I won't have anything because just like you guys, I'll be getting ready for, you know, the SEC to kick off and for Texas A&M especially to kick off. So anyways, guys, like I say, welcome to the Homemade Podcast Sports. On this latest edition, guys, we'll be getting into the wide receivers on a depth chart. And if you guys did not know, it is an official depth chart that has been put out by Texas A&M. And, you know, we'll be getting into that and everything later on in the podcast on how Jimbo Fisher feels about that depth chart also. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. So before we get started, breaking news. Anthony Hines III, I believe that's, you know, the number, he's the third. He has officially opted out for the 2020 through 2021 season. We're not going to get into why he opted out, but hey, the best of luck to you. All I can say is just come on back next year. You know, best of luck to you, young man. Go ahead and do what you need to do to prepare your mind state to come on back next year. And that's that. Also, breaking news on top of that. Leon O'Neal came out with a statement. And he put that statement out after all of the guys, you know, that wanted to opt out. So this is what Leon O'Neal said. And I understand his statement and everything. But also at the same time, he knows that when he tweeted this, he may have a little backlash from the guys in the locker room, but then again, he may not. Other guys may feel as well, feel the same as him. He's just the leader of that defensive group at the moment. So once again, I will say this. At the moment, Leon O'Neal Jr. will be the defensive leader of that group. I've been real high on that guy ever since he's been a freshman. But anyways, so the tweet he put it out was, in times like this, you'll find out who really loves ball. He tweeted that on Sunday. This is not to start anything. This is how Leon O'Neal felt after all the guys that he's built a dynamic relationship with just said to hell with it. I'm going to opt out. Can't be mad at the guys for opting out. It is what it is. But Leon O'Neal did say once again, in times like this, you find out who really love ball. All I can say is to Leon O'Neal, I'm riding with you. I'm with you. Let's do it. Let's do it, baby. Defense, let's do it. Hashtag gig 'em. Like I say, we have some dynamic playmakers on that defensive side. You will see a lot of younger guys stepping into the lineups now. I'm going to reiterate this as well. To those guys who have opted out, I put on the last podcast. What Jimbo Fisher and that recruiting staff has done is get kids in there to compete. So you guys better best believe that when your asses do come back next year, it's going to be an open competition. That's moving guys out the way to move guys right back in the lineup that was recruited as a 4-star, 5-star. Jalen Jones, where you at? Things like that, of that nature. So all I'm saying is you better watch out because your spot might not be there. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, let's get back into other things in the topic of discussion. So if you guys didn't know, the official depth chart came out. Like I say, please, guys, make sure you make your way online to check out that official depth chart. So by looking at this depth chart, I am looking, and this depth chart that I'm looking at, I don't really understand how they have the depth chart, but they do have numbers by the guys, that are like the first, the starter, and of course, like number 2 and stuff like that. So with the wide receivers, we're going to go ahead and jump on into it. For the wide receivers, at number 1 is Demond Demas. No surprise at that at all. Demond Demas, 6'3", 180, freshman, true freshman at that. No surprise at all at that. Like I told you guys, this is competition. He was the 5-star wide receiver that is coming in and willing to start right off the bat. There was no red shirt needed. Only thing is about that is Demond Demas is that he took off 1 year. We all know that. But does that say anything? It doesn't to me. I'm not looking at anything that's changing my mindset about the simple fact that Demond Demas is going to come in the first year right off the bat is going to be a playmaker. Now, don't get me wrong. He's stepping up to a college level. I understand that. But have you seen that guy? No. Honestly, have you seen that guy? That guy's a freak athlete. And I'm ready to see him. First game against Vanderbilt, 6:30 p.m., Saturday night. SEC Network alternate. I'm ready to see him. I believe that he will ball out. Regardless if, once again, Kellen Mond is the quarterback. What Kellen Mond has now is dynamic playmakers on the outside that will help him. So I'm going to put it like this. Kellen Mond has 4 and 5-star recruits that will be catching the football this season. So if you guys didn't know, if you looked at it when Kellen Mond started, Kellen Mond had 3 stars and 4 stars. There wasn't a guy on that roster that was a 5-star recruit that Kellen Mond was throwing to. Not a guy that I know of, not a guy that I remember. So I already broke it down to you. Texas A&M is number 6 in talent overall this year, okay? Listen to me. They're number 6 in talent overall this year. Kellen Mond has talent that he's throwing the ball to this year. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that he didn't have talent that he was throwing the ball to at first, because as we seen last year, Kellen Mond missed a lot of open targets, especially in that Clemson game alone. Kellen Mond missed a lot of open targets, but what Kellen Mond will have this year is playmakers on the ball. And he has lengthy receivers. Keep on going. Demond Demas is number 1. Mark that down. The number 1 receiver. All right? That's going to be his go-to guy, in my opinion. All right? In my opinion, Demond Demas will be his go-to guy. Why? Because he's a freaking athlete. All right? So let's keep going. So number 2 they have on here is Chase Lane. I don't know how true that is or not, but like I said, I'm looking at the official depth chart. We will find out with Vanderbilt. Chase Lane, 6'0", was 6 foot, 190, true freshman. Again, I don't see anything about red shirt or anything like that, but he should be a true freshman or either a red shirt freshman. But Chase Lane, 6 foot, Houston, Texas. Also, another 4-star recruit. Yes, it's all freshmen. That's fine. But what did I tell you on the last podcast? It's a lot of teams that will be breaking in inexperienced guys due to opt-outs and due to guys leaving for the NFL early, which is another thing. Hey, no worries. No worries at all. But it's just a lot of guys leaving due to opt-outs. That's fine. Guys, do your thing at the end of the day. That's fine. Like I say, Chase Lane, 6 foot freshman, number 2 receiver. as opposed to this depth chart that I'm looking at. Okay, so number 3 on the chart, Devin Price, 6'3", 201, freshman, high school, College Station. I believe that he should be the freshman or freshman red shirt. I'm not sure because on here they don't have whether these guys are, red shirts, anything like that. But he's a freshman. All right, 6'3". What did I tell you guys? The height factor, 6'3". I believe Devin Price was a 3-star recruit though. That's fine with me. 6'3". The height is what I'm getting at. Kellen Mond can throw that ball as high as he wants to. If he has the height, most likely somebody will go up there and get that ball. Okay? Somebody will go up there and use that length and get that ball. All right? Only thing that's about that with the length is that we're looking for separation. Who can separate? Who can actually break down separation on their corners or safeties or even linebackers, which will be a mismatch for any team, and create separation. All right? If we can create separation, it's going to be a damn good year in that wide receiver. It's going to be a damn good year at wide receiver at Texas A&M University, I can tell you that. And if Kellen Mond can get that ball out quickly, in which, in fact, I was looking at the Jimbo Fisher interview on yesterday on how he had felt about the team and stuff like that. And that offensive line, what I'm hearing in camp, which is the camp buzz, what I'm hearing in camp is that the offensive line looks good. It's going to be way better than what it was last year. Of course, we all have to see that. I cannot keep on reiterating that. We all have to see. But that offensive line and what I'm hearing in camp is that it looks damn good. So if Kellen Mond can have time to at least get 4 seconds off when he drops back and find a target quick, maybe right in the middle of the field or on the outside, depending on where Kellen Mond wants to go with the ball, that's going to create some yardage. That's going to create positive plays, okay? Positive plays. We're not going to get into the running backs on today. We'll get to that on next episode, which will be tomorrow. But for wide receivers is what I'm talking about. That's going to be a trend, okay? So that was number 3. That's the number 3 target. Number 4 is Dylan Wright, 6'4", freshman. Once again, you see why I'm getting this? There's a lot of freshmen on this damn depth chart that has opportunity this season. Dylan Wright, 6'4". Once again, the height, people. Those are some tall-ass receivers. Those are some tall-ass wide receivers. And going up against teams in the SEC West, you better have some tall-ass receivers. But the thing about it is that these tall receivers come with a lot of height advantage, and they're going to come with a lot of skill set. Once again, we do not know how these guys will look on a college level. I understand that. But Kellen Mond knows that at the end of the day, he's surrounded by a lot of guys with height. If you've ever looked at Jimbo Fisher in the time he was at Florida State, Jimbo Fisher had a lot of wide receivers that was tall as hell. All right. His tight ends were always awesome, but when it came to the wide receivers, what Jameis Winston has, and even with DeAndre Francois, what he had was wide receivers with height. What does that do? That creates a lot of positive plays being produced if your wide receiver has the height advantage to come down with the ball. Now, if that receiver has height and separation advantage, that's dangerous. Now you're looking at a potential national championship type of wide receiver core. Okay? Now you're looking at that. All right? Make no doubt about it. Although it was an opt-out with Jamon Osborne and with Anthony Hines now and others, that does not disqualify from the fact that I still have the Aggies going either undefeated, 9-1, or 8-2. Okay? Like I said, number 3 isn't an option. That's not We're either going to be number one in the West. Let me clarify that. Either number one in the West or number two in the West. Number three is not an option. Although everybody, and I look at this all the time, everybody likes to make us to be still a middle of the pack type of team. No, we built the SEC team now. We've built the roster. Nobody wants to look at the fact that our team talent, once again, is number 6, okay? We're number 6. Does that say anything? A lot of people may like to say that. Does that say anything? Well, to me, it does. To a lot of people in the college football world, it does. You need talent to play. So what Texas A&M has went out and done is they've gotten talent to play, okay? So we're going to do that. Once again, let's get back to what we were discussing. Let's keep going, okay? For number 5, Jalen Preston. Don't get me wrong, I don't know why Jalen Preston may be number 5. Maybe with some things in camp that he may just needs to work on still. But like I say, this is the official depth chart that they've come out with to just put it on out there. Now I'm going to break down what Jimbo Fisher had said. Jimbo Fisher said the official depth chart doesn't mean anything to him. Make no question about it. He ain't looking past the depth chart, but what he's saying is that the official depth chart doesn't mean anything when it comes down to game day. That's a lot of guys playing rotation. I'm quote unquote what he said. It's a lot of guys that play rotation because the Marvin Leal was what Jimbo Fisher was asked about. Is the Marvin Leal a start? And, we're jumping on the defense here. He said that Marvin Leal plays in many positions. Is he going to start? Yeah, depends on the circumstance. However, the game speed goes, and whatever guys will fit the right scheme of that game speed, he's going to play those guys, but he's also going to use rotation. What you guys have to understand is that in this day and age now, if you do not have rotation, you will get beat, and you will get beat bad. If you look back at it in our Kevin Summerlin days, that's what we were poor at. We did not have pure rotation on any sides of the ball. So what Jimbo Fisher and Mike Elko has established now is a rotation. You need a rotation on defense. I'm going to tell you that now. Or if not, your ass is going to get blown out. All right, and we've seen it many a times where we've gotten blown out. All right, so if you do not have rotation, you will get beat, people. In SEC West alone, you will get beat, people. SEC East as well, you will get beat, people. What the hell you think Georgia has? Georgia has pure rotation, okay? A lot of people like to talk, crap on Kirby Smart about, hey, well, his coaching and all that. I don't give a damn about all that. He has rotation. He has talent. I told you where they were. They're number 1. Number 2 is Alabama. What does Alabama have? Rotation. They go in and get guys when the other guys are tired. Come on, next crew, step up. That is what you have to keep on building. You have to build the mindset, and you have to create a mold. When you create that mold, you have to let that mold stay there. All right? That is what it's all about. That's how you build a team. You build the mold, and then you put the mold right there for the team to keep on plugging at and keep on observing. And that way, whenever you get that mold set, that mold to be there. So when the next guy comes in, that next guy knows that, damn, that mold worked for that guy. Although, and let me break that, I'm not trying to say that the mold may work for everybody, but it's different sets of mold to put around the perimeter. All right? That is what I'm saying. Anyways, let's get back to it. Let's talk about this other. Let's talk about the wide receiver mode, okay? Let's talk about the wide receiver mode, in which the mode that's getting described now is height. Let's keep going. So Jalen Preston, number 5, 6'2", sophomore. All right. Jalen Preston was a 4-star recruit. Just to let anybody know that did not know that. Jalen Preston was a 4-star recruit, people. He was part of that 2019 class. All right. That was number 4. Yeah, that was number 4, by the way. Okay. He was a part of that 2019. That was number 4 once again. All right. So let's keep going. The number 6 personnel. Where you at, number 6? Fine. Okay, so I don't have number 6, but anyways, we'll keep moving along. So number 7 is Moose Muhammad, 6'1", freshman. Once again, like I said, height. Okay, he's 6'1". These guys are pretty damn big, man. 196. All right, so that's the number 7 personnel. Of course, at the tight end position, we have Jalen Watermeyer. Of course, we've lost Baylor Cup. You know, that was supposed to be that star guy for us, of course. Oh, I'm sorry. Number 9 is Hezekiah Jones, 5'11", junior. That is by far the shortest receiver that we have on the squad. But what Hezekiah Jones comes with is that he's a junior. He will be experienced. I do expect Hezekiah Jones to be out there. He may not have a stellar season, but I expect that man to have at least 5 touchdowns when it's all said and done. I expect Hezekiah Jones to go out there and be uncovered because of the simple fact that guys forgot about him. I do expect that. You know, I will make that clear. I expect Hezekiah Jones, once again, to go out there and be that slot guy to get in there and create a red zone threat. Okay? I expect that. I expect a lot out of these guys this year, and I know that I'm not wrong. All right? So, please be expecting that also. So, back to the tight ends. Jalen Watermeyer. After him, we have Ryan Rennick and Max Wright, of course. So, I mean, for the tight ends, that's pretty much like a see on game day type of thing, because of the simple fact that Baylor Cup got hurt, and which I hate a whole lot. But we all do know. That Jalen Watermeyer will take over that position just like he's been doing. So I just want to go ahead and kind of throw some things out there for you guys. Like I said, the podcast will be, pretty much like a 20 to 25 minute deal now, because we're getting so close to that season, and it's game day week. It's game day week. So once again, guys, please keep on tuning in, and please keep on keeping up with everything, as I'll be keeping up with everything as well. Hopefully we do not see any injuries before the game starts on Saturday night. But like I keep on saying, guys, this will be a year for the wide receivers to step up. At our cornerback position, I am expecting Jalen Jones to be pretty much like a lockdown corner, similar to Derek Stingley at LSU. I do feel like he's that type of caliber of player. And if you do not believe that, and for the simple fact that Jalen Jones actually plays safety, but he can play corner as well. But if you do not believe that he's similar to the defensive back at LSU that I just mentioned, then please, guys, go and do some research. Please go and do some research. I expect Jalen Jones to have a shutdown type of year like Derek Stingley had. Okay? That's just me. That's my honest opinion. That's also a fact. And like I said, if I'm wrong about anything that I'm putting on out there as of today and as of last week and so on in the last episodes, I would take all the flack that you guys will give me. All right? Once again, for the next generation of my lifetime, I'll be committed to the Texas A&M Aggies. Okay? This is the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, Jay Pops. Guys, I thank you to my Aggie community. I thank you guys. Please continue to watch. On that last video, you guys inspired me, as well as you guys let me know that I inspired you guys. I love it. Please, guys, comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you guys feel about the depth chart. As a matter of fact, comment on what you guys think the depth chart should be at wide receiver. And, of course, at tight end as well. You give me some emphasis and feedback, okay? Give me some feedback so I can continue to give you guys feedback on it, all right? I love you guys once again, to my agri community. Let's continue to build. This is our year. I'm not shying away from that. Like I said, we believe to be number 1 in the SEC West, number 2, and that's it. Number 3 is not an option. If I get that wrong, you come to me, okay? You come to me. But once again, it's Homemade Podcast Sports. Please, guys, follow me on Facebook at hashtag Homemade Podcast Sports. On Instagram at JPops2020. On Twitter at JPops05. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Hashtag Gigamags.
And thank you guys for tuning in to the hashtag Homemade Podcast Sports. Please, guys, subscribe to the YouTube page and also follow me on Twitter at JPops, on Instagram at JPops, and also on Facebook at hashtag Homemade Podcast Sports. Thank you guys once again. Hashtag Gigamags.